Hey guys, welcome to My Homestead Education. I just tried to do this video and just rambled on and on. So here we go. Inflation in gardening, part 2, how it's gonna help you out and what's causing our inflation. We have a lot of issues going on in our country today. And it's gotta be orchestrated, right? I mean, either men are orchestrating it to bring us to our knees to serve them, or God's allowing that to be orchestrated to bring us to our knees to serve Him. And we kind of can choose which way we want to go with that, you know. And so one of the things I wanted to bring up, one of the many things that are causing so much pain in our nation right now with inflation and with homelessness and just everything that's going on. I was looking at the nationaldebtclock.org, usdebtclock.org. I think it's usdebtclock.org. And one of the things it shows on there is employment. We have, it shows private sector employment, it shows self-employment, right? I think between the two of them, it's like I think it was 131 million people working self-employed or private sector jobs. And, you know, a lot of those self-employed and private sector jobs are contract with the government. So they should almost go down as government, not those, but they are considered private sector. Government workers is 23 million, I think. And if you look it up, government workers on average make more than private sector jobs by quite a bit, by a lot. $6,000–7,000 a year is what based on what I was looking at. So that's a lot. And if you take private sector and self-employment jobs to government jobs, it is 5.8 private sector jobs, which I would call a real job, right? We produce a service or a good that people need, because if you don't have a job. You don't have a business. If nobody wants your stuff, then you don't have a job. You either provide something of value or you go find other work elsewhere. Our government, on the other hand, they just make stuff up. Usually it's a law. Usually it's some way they can lord over you. That's usually what they do. And we have only 5.8 private sector jobs to every one government job. Roughly. I mean, I'm just roughly spitballing there. That's ridiculous. Less than 6 of us support one government worker, and we pay them more than what we make, so that they can come after us with fees and fines and taxes and you name it. They're not there for your benefit anymore. They're not there protecting us from enemies, foreign and domestic. They're not there protecting our borders. They're not there for you or for me. They hate you and me. They're there for their benefit. Now, I'm not saying this of every single government employee. We have friends that are government employees. But do they provide a service that benefits us? Not really. No, not many of them. There are some, but not many. We're overstaffed in our government on all levels. I would say by like 90+%. That's just my personal opinion. What happens if we brought that 23 million down to 2.3 million? Now we have 20 million more people that better find some way of being productive in this country. And they're accustomed to making good money, so they're going to go out and have to learn how to actually be valuable. Right? Because it's almost impossible to get fired from a government job. Almost impossible. And they're going to get better benefits than you do too, on average. And so, you know, if that happened, we would have, 150 million people working private sector to 2.4 million government. That's doable, possibly. But it's still, right now, we have less than 6 people paying taxes to take care of one, and to take care of them better, and to give them the ability to come after you for nothing. So that's one area that I noticed real quick. Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. We can't afford that. But then you look on that clock and it shows 99 million adults in this country that are not working. A lot of baby boomers retired. You know, they get their Social Security. We're paying for that. Despite what people think, that money's not put back for Social Security. We're paying that still. A lot of them have their retirement. You know, they have pensions. They have 401ks, stuff like that. But that's not 100 million. 99. It was 99 point something million is what it was. 100 million people are not retired. It's not the case. A lot of those are on welfare, different forms of it, a whole lot of it. So if you take how many American people in the workforce today work private sector jobs versus government jobs or don't have a job, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. How do we have a 1-to-1 ratio of people who produce to those who don't? And how long can we stand? How long will this country make it? You want to know why we have inflation? We got 1 out of every 2 adults in this country that we're paying either to not work or to work for the government, which is kind of like, for a lot of these people, it's like hiring retarded people, right? It's hiring someone with a severe disability who can't think straight. They can't count out change at the counter. They can't make a hamburger. So we give them a government job and pay them $50,000 a year, and they can't get fired. Again, this isn't everybody, but it's a lot of them. It's a lot of them, and you know that. Heck, we elect some people that shouldn't be responsible for making hamburgers. 1-to-1, people. 1-to-1. That doesn't include all the special interest spending that we have going on, right? 1-to-1, and you people are just they can't fathom why we have high inflation. It's because we're paying people to do nothing. Paying people to do nothing. And a lot of money to do nothing. 1.2, what was that? No, not 1.2. 122, 123 million people in this country either work for the government or get welfare from the government of some kind. That's insane. It's nuts. We can't do it. So, what can you do? Grow something. Anything, anytime. Get a pot in your house if you have nothing else. Go out to some vacant lot, go out somewhere and find some decent soil, put it in a pot and grow a tomato bush. Grow some peppers, grow a zucchini, grow herbs. I don't care what it is. If you are in an apartment, grow something. Grow it. That's food you don't have to spend money on. What happens if every American grew one tomato bush in their yard or in their apartment? If everybody grew one, tomorrow tomato. If everybody planted them today, it takes 45, 50 days, something like that for your first. Maybe actually no, I take that back. It takes 60, 70, 80 days for most tomato varieties to start coming around and producing tomatoes, and they'll produce most of them as long as you need. As long as the weather permits, I should say. So if everybody planted a tomato bush today in a controlled environment where they can grow it as long as they want, even in the winter, in about 3 months, you're going to see tomatoes. They're going to be filling up dumpsters at the grocery store because you'll be growing a tomato at home that you get to pick ripe off the vine. It's going to be more flavorful. It's going to have more benefit than the tomatoes at the store. And instead of paying $2-3 a pound at the store, you add an ounce of water every couple of days, maybe a little blood meal or something, calcium in the pot to make sure that it's going good. Or maybe you can get a grow tower. We're getting ready to actually start promoting a grow tower that my wife got, and we're going to promote it on our website. I'll do a video hopefully the next week or two on that. But you can grow like 44 plants in 4 square feet in your home. What happens if everybody in this country started growing one variety of tomato, their favorite pepper, a zucchini, right? It's not going to end everything, but you're not going to see everybody running to the store looking for those tomatoes, those peppers, the zucchini. It starts helping with the cost. And if you have all these things growing, lettuce and cabbage and spinach and herbs, if you have this stuff growing in your home, are you going to run out and spend the money at the store for an inferior product? No. And we're going to see those prices just tank everywhere because you couldn't give a tomato away. You won't be able to give lettuce away. Just the way it is. But we all have to start doing it. Everybody has to start doing their part, even if it's just in an area, right? You have an area. Encourage everybody you know to get seeds and start growing something. Encourage people who have some extra land they don't use and put together a group. You know, if you need to, if you don't know the group well enough, if you feel insecure with it, put it in writing. Say, look, we're all going to come together and we're going to pitch in a little bit of money and put up some fencing to keep the deer and stuff out. And we're gonna plow this up, and we as a group are gonna plant. We as a group are gonna weed. We as a group are gonna harvest and split the harvest. That's better than nothing. And if 10 of you can do half an acre doing that, and y'all keep it up, you will be amazed at how much food you'll have at the end of the summer. You'll be blown away. And the thing is, end of the summer isn't the end of your growing. Right now, we're getting ready to start planting cabbage, whole lot of stuff for a fall garden. And we'll be harvesting that in October, November. So, again, I gave you another reason for inflation, and I'm encouraging you yet again, grow anything. Grow something that you will eat, and you don't have to buy at the store. It starts helping with inflation. Period. So, I really appreciate you watching this. If you want to buy your seeds from us, go to clearwatervalleyfarms.com. Link in the description below. I really appreciate you guys watching us. If you would like to get on a subscription from our company, getting seeds, elderberry syrup kits, all kinds of stuff every month, join one of our subscriptions over at Patreon. My Homestead Education at Patreon. That link is in the description below. If you just want to give $1, we'll give you 5% off at our website. But if you give $5 or more a month, you're going to get at least a pack of seeds. Sometimes we'll send out a couple of urban packs instead of one regular pack. But you're going to get stuff every month. If you got one of the bigger subscriptions, $25, you're getting a collection of stuff every month. And we really appreciate you helping us out with that. Share our videos, share our website, share our Patreon subscriptions with those around, all your friends, your family. Subscribe to this channel. It helps. Give us a thumbs up. Leave a comment. Let me know you're watching. And guys, have yourself a wonderful day.